chosen one. Pause for a moment and allow yourself to truly be here. This moment is not random. This is a divine interruption in the timeline of your life. There are times when heaven speaks softly, hidden in symbols and whispers, and then there are moments like this when the spiritual realm steps forward clearly, deliberately, unmistakably. You did not arrive here by accident, curiosity, or coincidence. Your spirit was guided here. You were summoned. Heaven has been watching the movements of your heart, the weight of your thoughts, the quiet ache you've been carrying inside. The Most High has seen the nights you lay awake in silence, the questions you asked that no one heard but Him. The silence you experienced was not abandonment, it was preparation. When God prepares a new chapter, He often allows a sacred stillness, because alignment happens in silence, not noise. As it is written, "For He will command His angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways." Psalm 90, 1-11. That command has now been carried out. 3 angels have been assigned, and their presence is not metaphorical, it is spiritual reality. Even if you could not explain it, you have felt them. The subtle pressure in your spirit, the shift in your awareness, the unexplainable pull towards something higher, these were not random emotions. They were signs that heaven was drawing closer. You may have wondered why certain doors closed, why certain people pulled away, why your heart grew tired in ways you could not describe. But every delay was positioning, every loss was redirection. Every moment of stillness was clearing room for what is now entering your life. You were not being punished, you were being recalibrated. You were being prepared to receive what could not have come to the version of you that existed before. The angels now stand near because your appointed time is not approaching, it has arrived. Your spirit is ready. Your heart, even if bruised, is open. Your faith, even if shaken, is still alive. Heaven is speaking now, not to inspire you temporarily, but to awaken you permanently. This message is not entertainment, it is alignment, it is remembrance. It is calling you back into the truth of who you are and who you have always been. You are seen, you are guided, you are chosen, and the message continues. Stay present. Something is being revealed. The angels are not just watching, they are speaking. Chosen one. What the angels are revealing to you now does not concern your physical sight, but the sight of the spirit, the deeper vision that allows you to see beyond appearances, beyond circumstances, beyond the surface of what life has shown you. Your eyes have witnessed much in this world: disappointment, delay, hurt, betrayal, hope rising and collapsing, trust offered and broken. These experiences shape not only how you see others, but how you see yourself. Yet heaven is now inviting you into a different kind of seeing, a higher kind of perception. This is the awakening of spiritual sight. Many walk through life seeing only what is visible, interpreting everything through logic, memory, and fear. But the divine asks you now to look again, to see not with the eyes of pain, but with the eyes of purpose, to see not through the wounds of the past, but through the wisdom that those wounds have awakened in you. The angels are not pointing to your physical eyes. They are pointing to the vision of your soul. For how you interpret what you experience will determine how you walk forward from this moment. There is a great difference between seeing and perceiving. Anyone can look at life and say, "This is what is happening to me." But the awakened spirit asks, "What is this shaping in me?" Do you remember when Elisha prayed for his servant in 2 Kings 6:17? "Open his eyes, Lord, so that he may see." The young man was not blind. His physical eyes worked, but his spiritual eyes were closed. And when God opened them, he suddenly saw the armies of heaven standing all around, defending him, surrounding him, protecting him. Nothing in the natural world had changed, yet everything in the unseen world had already been in place. What changed was awareness. This is what the angels are bringing to you now. awareness of the unseen help that has been with you all along. The times you felt alone were not abandonment, but misunderstanding. You were never walking without spiritual covering. Heaven has always been closer than your breath. But when one has suffered long, the heart can forget how to see the divine in the midst of the ordinary. Now your sight is being restored not to who you were before the battles, but to a deeper, stronger, clearer version of yourself. This awakening shifts how you interpret everything. Where you once saw delay, you will now recognize preparation. Where you once saw rejection, you will now see redirection. Where you once saw loss, you will now understand transformation. Nothing was wasted. Not one tear, not 1 hour of confusion, not one season of silence. They were the very experiences that stripped away illusion and strengthened the truth inside you. Your spiritual eyes are opening, and with that comes clarity. Clarity brings peace. Peace shifts your decisions. Decisions shape your direction, and direction determines destiny. This is why the angels are speaking now, not to tell you what to do, but to help you see who you are becoming. Your awakening has begun, and once the eyes of the Spirit open, they do not close again. Chosen one, the first angel who stands with you now does not come merely to comfort, soothe, or ease your pain. His purpose is far greater and far more profound. This angel carries the mantle of restoration. He has come to gather what was taken from you, what was broken within you, and what you believed would never return. He comes not only to heal your wounds, but to rebuild who you are from the ground of your spirit outward. There are places within your heart that life has scraped raw. There are memories you do not speak of, losses you tried to make peace with, disappointments you learned to carry quietly. Perhaps there were seasons where you gave everything you had, your love, your time, your trust, only to watch it slip through your fingers. Perhaps you tried to move on, to become numb, to convince yourself that what was lost was simply part of your fate. Yet the Most High does not surrender what He has spoken over your life. What was meant for you remains marked for you. This angel has seen the silent battles you endured, the nights you cried without sound, the days you carried pain while smiling, the strength you forced yourself to gather when your soul felt empty. He was there when you tried to rise, then fell again. He was there when you tried to pretend you did not care. He was there when you whispered to heaven, "Why did I have to lose so much?" And heaven heard you. Not one tear was ignored. Not one moment of breaking was unseen. The restoration you prayed for did not come immediately, not because you were forgotten, but because something deeper was being shaped within you. Restoration is not simply the return of what was lost. It is the return of what was lost with increase, with maturity, with wisdom, with spiritual strength. Restoration is divine reversal. It is heaven declaring that what was broken will not remain broken, what was stolen will not remain taken, what was delayed will not remain withheld. As it is written, "I will restore to you the years the locusts have eaten." Joel 2:25. That was not metaphor poetry or metaphorical comfort. It was a decree, a divine legal promise. And that promise is moving into fulfillment now. This angel is rebuilding you from the inside out, not to return you to who you once were, but to reveal the version of you that suffering could not destroy. The strength you thought you lost is rising again. The courage that once felt distant is returning to your spirit. The softness of heart that pain tried to harden is being restored not as vulnerability, but as divine compassion and discernment. You are not being restored to your old identity. You are being restored to your true identity, the one that always existed beneath the wounds. You are not the same person who once cried from confusion. You are the one who now understands that the breaking was not the end. It was the shaping, the transforming, the refining. Your spirit has endured fire, and yet it stands. That alone is evidence of divine intervention. If the darkness could have destroyed you, it would have. Yet here you are, not just surviving, but awakening. The angel of restoration is not returning only what was lost. He is returning what was meant, what is yours by covenant, what carries your name in the records of heaven. And when heaven restores something, it returns it in fullness, not fragments. It returns it in right timing, not desperation. It returns it in alignment, not confusion. What you thought was over is not over. What you thought was gone is not gone. What you thought was finished is only now beginning. Restoration is already unfolding around you, within you, and through you, and nothing can stop what heaven has set in motion. Chosen one, the second angel who stands with you now comes bearing a different kind of message, one not of recovery, but of direction. This angel arrives when the soul is ready to remember why it came to this world. He comes to awaken purpose, not the kind of purpose shaped by society, expectation, or survival, but the purpose written into your spirit before your body ever entered this life. The purpose that has been whispering to you for years, even when you tried to silence it in order to fit into a life that felt too small for your depth. This angel carries the mantle of calling. He does not speak loudly. Purpose rarely does. It rises in you quietly, like light returning at dawn. You have felt it before, though perhaps you did not have the words for it. The subtle inner pull toward something more. The sense that your life is meant to have meaning beyond routine, beyond struggle, beyond merely existing. The persistent feeling that you were born to do something, to be something, to contribute something sacred to the world. That was not imagination. That was memory. You have always been marked. Even in childhood, there were moments when you sensed you were different, not in a way of superiority, but in sensitivity, insight, depth. Where others saw only the surface, you felt the layers underneath. Where others sought distraction, you sought understanding. Your spirit has always been older than your age, wiser than your experiences, softer than the world around you encouraged you to be. This was not accident, it was design. But purpose does not usually unfold in times of comfort. It unfolds in seasons of stretching, refining, stripping, rebuilding. And that is why your journey has not been easy. You were not being broken, you were being prepared. Just as Joseph did not step into his purpose until after the pit and the prison, your spirit has needed experiences that felt confusing, painful, and heavy, not to punish you, but to shape your capacity to carry what is coming. The angel of purpose now comes to reveal the next steps of your path, not all at once, but in divine sequence. The Most High never overwhelms the faithful. He guides one step at a time. You will begin to feel clarity rising where confusion once lived. Ideas that once felt out of reach will suddenly feel possible. Delays that felt endless will begin to move. The right opportunities, people, and connections will start to appear, not forced, not begged for, but aligned. Purpose is not a destination. It is a state of being in which your soul moves in harmony with divine intention. It is the place where your gifts meet your growth, where your pain evolves into wisdom, where your journey becomes your offering. You are stepping into that now. The gifts within you, your compassion, your perception, your creativity, your resilience were never random traits. They were the seeds of your calling. The angel of purpose is not telling you to become something new. He is calling you to remember who you always were. Your destiny is not ahead of you. It is within you, rising, ready, unfolding, and soon you will not only recognize your path, you will begin to walk it with confidence, certainty, and grace. The world has not yet seen the fullness of who you are, but it will. The unveiling has begun. Chosen one, the third angel who stands beside you now does not come to simply bless, comfort, or encourage. His purpose is different. He comes to align. Alignment is the highest form of divine movement, for when the soul is aligned with heaven's timing, blessing does not need to be chased. It finds you. Opportunities do not need to be forced. They unfold. Doors do not need to be knocked upon. They open of their own accord. This is the angel who shifts reality around you so that what belongs to you flows toward you without strain. For too long, you have been taught that effort alone determines outcome. You were told to push harder, try more, force yourself to endure. You wore exhaustion like armor, believing it was the price of progress. Yet the divine does not operate through strain. Heaven moves through alignment. Strain is what happens when the soul is traveling in a direction that does not match its calling. Alignment is what occurs when your steps, your thoughts, your intentions, and your spirit are moving in rhythm with your purpose. This angel comes to restore rhythm. There are connections meant for you that will now begin to reveal themselves. People whose presence will elevate your spirit, sharpen your gifts, awaken your courage. You will notice that some old connections fall away at the same time. Do not cling. The angel of alignment removes what cannot go with you into where you are being sent. This is not rejection, it is protection. The divine does not take from you without preparing to return something greater. You will also notice new desires forming within you, gentle but steady desires, to move differently, to speak differently, to choose differently. These are not random emotional shifts. They are adjustments in your internal compass. Alignment begins inside before it manifests externally. When God prepares you for elevation, He first adjusts the inner posture of your heart. He teaches you to choose peace instead of urgency, truth instead of approval, authenticity instead of performance. These shifts are the first signs that the angel of alignment is at work. Think of Joseph. He did not chase the palace called for him. Think of David. He did not push his way into the throne recognized him. Think of Esther. She did not beg for the crown was positioned for her. In each story, alignment was the key. Not striving, not fear, not self-promotion. Alignment. This angel is not just moving circumstances around your life. He is moving you into rooms where your presence carries weight, into seasons where your gift is recognized, into environments where your spirit expands instead of shrinks. You are not climbing anymore. You are rising. And rising is not effort. It is response to elevation. There will be moments in the coming season where you will look back and realize that what once felt impossible now feels natural, even effortless. That is the mark of alignment. When something is aligned by heaven, there is a grace around it, a quiet ease, a sense of rightness in your spirit. You can feel when something is yours, because it does not require you to shrink, beg, chase, or betray yourself to receive it. Alignment does not mean there will be no challenges, but your challenges will no longer feel like roadblocks. They will feel like stepping stones designed, timed, and placed for your growth. The angel of alignment ensures that even obstacles become pathways forward. This is why you are being led to release old fears. Fear was a compass pointing in the wrong direction. You do not need it now. You are being guided into a life that is shaped by discernment, confidence, inner knowing. The clarity you once begged heaven for is now beginning to move within you. You will know which doors are yours because they will open without force. You will know which directions are correct because peace will accompany them. There is a shift happening in your atmosphere. The angel of alignment is repositioning you, not according to who you were, but according to who you have become. You are entering a chapter where blessings will not feel like miracles. They will feel natural, because they were always meant for you. They were always written into your story. They were simply waiting for you to become the version of yourself who could receive them. You do not need to chase what is yours. What is yours will recognize you. The frequency of your spirit is rising, and what is aligned with your spirit will begin to move toward you. This is the season where things click, where paths open, where timing synchronizes, where your life begins to reflect the truth heaven has always known about you. Do not rush, do not fear, do not cling to what is leaving. Trust the alignment, trust the timing, trust the presence of the angel who now walks before you, preparing the way. The doors ahead will not open because you knock. They will open because you arrive. Chosen one, if your spirit feels this shift, if you can sense that alignment has already begun, then respond with faith, not hesitation. Type, "I am ready for divine alignment," in the comments below. This is not just a phrase, it is your agreement with heaven, your yes to the path already unfolding. Chosen one, before what has been promised can manifest in your life, there is a sacred preparation taking place within you. Heaven does not pour living water into a vessel that is cracked. Blessings are not given where they cannot be held. Purpose is not entrusted where identity is still unstable. This is why the journey has felt like cleansing, clearing, releasing, and surrendering. The divine is shaping the vessel so that what is coming can remain, grow, and multiply. There are things you prayed for in the past that did not arrive, not because you were unworthy, but because the version of you at that time would have mishandled them. The Most High was never denying you. He was developing you. And now, the preparation that once felt painful begins to reveal its meaning. What hurt you was shaping you. What stretched you was strengthening you. What broke you was opening you. Every tear softened what ego had hardened. Every loss humbled what pride had built. Every silence taught your spirit to listen instead of react. The angels are asking you now to release what has no place in the life you are stepping into. You cannot carry resentment into restoration. Bitterness cannot coexist with blessing. Old identities cannot fit into new seasons. Forgiveness is not about others deserving it. It is about freeing your spirit from the weight that dims your light. Healing begins where release begins. The second layer of preparation is discipline, not the discipline of force, but the discipline of alignment. Purpose cannot flourish in a life where the spirit is pulled in many directions. You are being refined to focus, to choose what nourishes your soul rather than what distracts it. You are being taught to rest without collapsing, to speak without defending, to act without rushing. This is maturity. This is readiness. The third layer is stewardship. What you honor increases. What you neglect diminishes. Your time, your energy, your relationships, your gifts, all of these are sacred elements of your calling. When you treat what you have now with gratitude and intention, heaven recognizes that you are ready for more. As it is written, "Whoever is faithful with little will be entrusted with much." This is not about possession, it is about character. Your preparation is not about perfection, it is about alignment. The divine is not asking you to become someone else. He is asking you to return to who you truly are, beneath fear, beneath doubt, beneath the defenses you built to survive what hurt you. The heart that once protected itself now learns to open again, not recklessly, but wisely, tenderly, powerfully. Chosen one, you are not being asked to chase, you are being asked to receive. And to receive you must be open, not clenched, not guarded, not afraid. Open, ready. The blessings are not waiting, they are prepared. Heaven is not hesitant, heaven is positioned. The only question now is your heart willing to let go of what is no longer part of who you are? For once you release what has weighed you down, you will rise naturally, effortlessly into the life already written for you. Chosen one, you are now entering a stage of your journey where you will no longer be defined by who you used to be, nor by what you have survived. Your identity is shifting from one who endured to one who embodies ***. You have walked through darkness and did not lose your light. You have been tested in loneliness and did not lose your faith. You have been refined in silence and did not lose your voice. All of this was preparation for the awakening that is happening within you now. There comes a moment when a chosen one no longer moves through life seeking external validation or reassurance. Instead, they begin to walk with a quiet certainty, a grounded inner knowing. This is not arrogance, it is awareness. It is the understanding that your spirit has been strengthened, your discernment sharpened, your awareness elevated. You are no longer the version of yourself that once questioned your worth, minimized your gifts, or doubted your calling. You are stepping into the authority that heaven placed within you long before the world attempted to shape you. Authority is not loud. It does not demand attention. It does not need to prove itself. True spiritual authority is recognized, not announced. It is felt. It is sensed. It is known without explanation. When you walk into a room now, the atmosphere will shift not because you seek recognition, but because your presence carries weight. You have depth. You have insight. You have endured enough to speak from experience, not theory. Your scars have become scripture written on the pages of your spirit. You will notice that situations that once intimidated you no longer hold the same power. Conversations that once triggered you no longer touch the same wounds. Voices that once influenced you no longer speak loudly within you. This is your inner throne being restored. You are reclaiming the ground within yourself that was once surrendered to fear, insecurity, and human approval. This awakening is not about becoming something new. It is about remembering who you have always been. The world tried to convince you that you were too sensitive, too deep, too soft, too intense. Yet these were never weaknesses. They were signs of a soul with capacity for divine purpose. You did not come here to blend in. You came here to carry light into places that have forgotten how to see. As it is written, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." Isaiah 60:1. Your light is not returning, it is revealing itself. It was never gone, only covered. And now that the coverings have been lifted, you will move differently. You will speak with clarity. You will stand with peace. You will choose with intention. This is the moment where you stop asking for permission to be who you are. This is the moment you stop dimming your spirit to fit into spaces that were never built to hold you. This is the moment you step out of survival and into sovereignty. The awakening of your authority is not ahead of you. It is happening now. Chosen one, now that your spiritual sight has opened and your authority is awakening, you are being called into a deeper way of seeing, the vision of the heart. This is not the sight that interprets life through fear, memory, or reaction. This is the sight that recognizes purpose woven into every experience, meaning hidden inside every season, and divine order behind every step you have ever taken. Your life did not happen to you, it has been unfolding through you. There was a time when challenges appeared as punishment, when silence felt like abandonment, when delays seemed like denial. But now, from the perspective of the awakened heart, you begin to understand that everything was preparation. Pain did not break you, it refined you. Loss did not diminish you, it carved space within you for something greater. Waiting did not weaken you, it deepened your trust. Nothing was wasted. Not one tear, not one prayer, not one moment of confusion or questioning. The awakened heart understands that the divine does not rush. Growth is not forced. Timing is not random. Every chapter of your journey has carried instruction. Every person who entered or exited your life fulfilled a purpose. Some came to teach, some to trigger healing, some to reveal your strength, some simply to walk alongside you for a season. None of it was accidental. All of it shaped the vessel you are now becoming. And as your heart takes on this new vision, peace begins to replace panic. Trust replaces fear. Clarity replaces confusion. You no longer ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, you begin to ask, "What is this shaping in me?" That single shift turns suffering into transformation. You begin to see God's fingerprints in places that once felt empty. You begin to honor your own growth instead of questioning it. You begin to understand that maturity is not about knowing everything, it is about seeing everything through love, patience, and wisdom. As it is written, we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. 2 Corinthians 4:18. You are no longer looking at life from the ground, you are seeing from the Spirit. And from this higher view, even what once hurt begins to make sense. You are not just living, you are understanding. And with understanding comes peace that cannot be shaken. Chosen one, now that the message has been spoken and the revelation has reached your spirit, there remains one final act, the surrender of your heart. Not surrender in weakness, but surrender in trust. The divine does not need your effort. He needs your yes. He needs the opening of your spirit, the loosening of your grip, the willingness to allow what heaven has prepared to enter your life without resistance or fear. Place your hand over your heart. Breathe slowly. Let the noise fall away. This is your moment of alignment. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the message that has reached the soul today. We thank you for the angels you have sent restoring what was lost, awakening purpose, aligning our steps with divine timing. We release the burdens we once carried, the fears that once led us, the doubts that once clouded our vision. We choose trust. We choose alignment. We choose surrender. Restore what has been broken. Reveal what has been hidden. Guide every step forward with clarity, peace, and unwavering faith. Let every blessing assigned to our name find its way to us in your perfect timing. Prepare our hearts to receive, to grow, to rise. We say yes to your will, yes to your timing, yes to the path you have prepared. Amen. Chosen one, if you feel this prayer in your spirit, declare your agreement. Type, I receive this prayer in faith, in the comments. Your yes has been heard. Your new season has already begun.